No, we should leave it in.
Jump cuts.
Hi, y'all. Tracy, Charles, the long-haired girl here.
With Chris, the short-haired guy.
And Jared.
And Jared. Okay. All right. Anyways, we now have these great questions, and I say they're fantastic because I wrote them. Go me. Pat myself on back. So just, y'all, if anybody has any complaints about the question, she's the complaint department, okay? She's supposed to edit out my mess-ups. So, okay. All right, here we go. Number one, have you ever met a famous leader? Can be political, religious, corporate, military, or whatever you pick. Okay, so, honey, go ahead.
I don't think so. Like, no. I really don't think I have.
Okay. Jared, anybody?
I don't think I have either.
Okay. I met Ross Perot once, and we'll actually go into that a little bit more further down in the questions. So. Okay. 2, have you ever met a famous actor?
Yes, Douglas Barr.
Who dat?
He played with, why is his name escaping me? Roy has a man crush on him.
That's kind of weird.
$6 Million Man.
Oh.
Lee Majors. He acted with him in another show, and I met him, and then I also met, I've met some other people with my mom, but Douglas Barr is the one that sticks out in my head the most.
I'll have to look up who that is, because I don't know.
I can't remember their names right now, but we actually both met the actor.
Willy Wonka!
Yeah.
And I have a picture. I'll try to insert that here somewhere.
Yeah,
Here, somewhere.
Yeah, you met the people who, because I was there at that event.
Veruca Salt.
And Mike TV.
Yes,
and
Mike TV.
So.
I'll insert the
Are
picture.
they adequately famous to make muster here?
I would think they should be.
Well, anyway,
I mean, hello, Willy Wonka.
There's no official rules to this. So. Okay. All right.
Except the rules you made up.
Yeah, well, that means that they're subject to change at any moment. Okay.
Without notice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, 3. Have you ever been a famous musician? Anyone? They've probably got me beat.
Yes, I have. I've met Fall Out Boy, all the members of Fall Out Boy, and all the members of Cobra Starship.
Okay. Running through the memory banks.
Honey,
off the
the
top
jeans.
of my head. Off the top of my head.
Just go with the signatures on the jeans.
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Okay, he's actually, I have 2 pair of jeans that have signatures on them. Ricky Lynn Gregg, Billy Ray Cyrus, Tracy Lawrence. I've actually seen him a couple different times and have a picture somewhere to prove it. It's not scanned in, so I won't be sharing that one because I can't find it quickly. But I do have one. And Alan Jackson, he actually has his signature on a pair of Wranglers, and he is the only signature on that pair of Wranglers. But Billy Ray Cyrus, Ricky Lynn Gregg, Tracy Lawrence, they are all on a pair of mint green Rocky Mountains that I can no longer fit in if I wanted to.
And she couldn't really fit in at the time, but that was really kind of par for the course with those.
I could fit in them.
Okay.
I may have had to lay down on the bed
yeah,
with a wire hanger, but I could fit.
If y'all, for all of those y'all out there in internet land who weren't around in the late 80s and early 90s in the country music scene, there's some background to this with Rockies. Anyways, okay. Oh yeah, my answer to this is I've met Pat Metheny and Philip Glass. So it's kind of an eclectic group here.
And you also met, what, your shirt that you got? The Black Pumas. Black Pumas, isn't that right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I've also met Black Pumas. Well, their names escape me at this moment. Thank you. Why didn't I think of that?
And that concert we went to, that you went outside and met the guys...
Holy Ghost.
Thank you, yes.
I don't know if they really... Well, I don't know. Has anyone heard of them?
Well, I've heard
Holy
of them.
Ghost!
I was going to say,
exclamation
they're
point.
musicians, so...
Yeah, okay. All right.
They count.
Okay. All right, moving right along. Have you ever met a famous athlete?
Several, actually. Thank you, Jared, for reminding me. Big fan of hockey before my husband and I got married. One of the ones that I remembered first and foremost before Jared reminded me, we went with my mother for, I think, Jared's birthday. But
I think it was both mine and Nini's birthday, because we did that a lot.
Yeah, that's true. But we went to Medieval Times, had never been there before. It was our first time. My best friend had gone with us, and I kept looking at this guy, and I'm like, and Lisa's like, quit, my best friend. She was like, Tracy, quit staring. I'm like, I think that's Darian Hatcher. She's like, who?
He's a hockey player.
I was the only one who watched hockey. I'm like, I think that's Darian Hatcher. But he was with his family. I was trying to be respectful. So I left him alone. Then at the end, like, I don't remember if it was an intermission or like at the very end, he had kids coming up to him getting his autograph. And so I promptly went up at that point and got his autograph. I actually, somewhere, I think I still have it. I have the Medieval Times crown with his signature on the inside.
Oh.
Then, you can tell.
Well,
I can't remember the names.
I don't remember the names either, but there was at least the one that I remember most clearly was after the game. I believe Shell was with us.
Yes, she was.
And we went outside and we met a bunch of hockey players, the Dallas Stars. And I remember I got my shirt signed by like 3 of them.
I think so.
Anyway.
One of them
So,
was
yeah.
really kind of a pain in the posterior.
Yeah, but...
And he didn't want to... Although, in his defense, he did have a hand injury, but he was stopping to sign for everybody except my son. He finally signed. Anyway. Go ahead.
That was weird. Okay, anyways.
He's
all
a
right.
man.
Have you ever met a famous person who doesn't fit neatly into these 4 categories? I personally haven't. I just thought I'd be inclusive here by adding this question.
I don't think so. Well, I mean,
I'm sure
I've
have.
met some minor actors.
Well, that would be an actor, wouldn't it?
But like, they were not known for. I've met some singer-songwriters, who came through who never really got anywhere. But
Okay, well, let's just go with no on that one. All right. Have you ever encountered a famous person in a totally unforeseen situation? And this can obviously overlap with the other ones because I have. I met Ross Perot at Super Salad in North Dallas. He was eating at Super Salad by himself. And my first wife knew him in passing, and we went and introduced ourselves, and it was really random. And really kind of, you've already said the story about Darian Hatcher. You have any other stories like that?
no, I think most of the other situations we were in a place where you expected.
That's my point.
Yeah, Medieval Times was definitely, that was not something we expected, and had I not been such a hockey fan, I probably would not have recognized him. And if you don't know who he is, aside from the fact that he was a hockey player, he was an amazing defenseman.
You know what?
Before all the rules came in that you couldn't check and hit, and anyway.
They have rules like that in hockey?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
who knew?
They're definitely harder on them now than they were at the time.
Okay.
And
All
he
right.
played like during the time of Mike Modano, Brett Hull,
Okay.
Ed Belfour.
All right.
By the way, is my all-time favorite goaltender, and I have still never gotten his autograph. I'm done now. Go ahead.
Okay. You know, the funny thing is I think I forgot to answer the athlete question, but that's okay. I'll just blow past it. Have you ever met a famous person before
You'll get
they...
called out for that. Have you ever met a famous athlete?
Yes, I have. I met Carl Lewis.
There you go. Okay.
At, of all things, the American rollout of the Ferrari F50. There you go. Okay. Have you ever met or known a famous person before they became famous? Me? No. I don't think so. Not anybody that I can recall. Which is sort of funny because the high school I went to, without going into too many details, I was bracketed by famous people. In other words, if I had been there a year after, a year before, I know too, but that I didn't, so that's that. Okay, honey.
Like, I remember seeing Alan Jackson before he really hit it big. I remember seeing Billy Ray Cyrus before he hit it big.
Well, you're kind of getting into the next question here, but yeah.
But, you know, they were, I think their stars were on the rise, so probably before they were famous, because they were playing a teeny tiny venue. I mean, hello, Denison, not big.
Yep. Other people don't know that Denison isn't big, honey.
If they don't recognize
now.
it is getting big now, but if they don't recognize the name, if it's just that spot on the other side of Oklahoma, then, you know.
Okay. Jared?
No, I don't think so. Well, I'm sure I have, but I don't really remember because I went to a lot of little concerts where I would see people who were opening. And like I met Katy Perry at one of her very first concerts at Six
there you
Flags.
go. Okay, there you go. You did.
So, yeah.
Oh, what was the girl that Austin went to school with that opened at the Richardson Wildflower Festival one year?
I don't remember.
They were always competing.
Don't know.
I don't remember.
Okay, moving right along. Well, actually, speaking of which, have you ever been a fan of a
But
band?
you didn't answer.
I said no.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
he did
sorry.
say no.
Okay. Have you ever been a fan of a band or musical artist before they were cool? In quotes.
Well, yeah. Ricky Lynn Gregg, Billy Ray Cyrus,
Mhm.
Tracy Lawrence, Alan Jackson. What was his name?
Tommy Wiseau.
I can see a no.
I did not hit her. Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. I can see his face. I'm gonna
It'll
find
come
it.
back to
I'm gonna
us. You'll
insert
put
it.
You'll put it somewhere in there. She'll put it down there.
Yeah, I saw many concerts. Him in particular, I was pregnant with Jared when I saw him. And funny story, because, you know, when you're big and pregnant, well, the guys have never known what that's like. But anyway, I would put my hands on my stomach, and this guy, who was with some other girl, decided he should put his hands on my stomach too. The bouncer got in the middle of that because the guy wound up hitting me. It was not like, but like with a hat or something. He hit me and the bouncer got in the middle of it. It wound up being a whole, his name starts with a B or a T.
Okay. Those are two very different letters.
I know. Anyway, okay. Anybody else?
Well, I've already mentioned them, but I mean, like, Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco, particularly, I started listening to them when they had
Yeah, you listened to them
barely-
early on.
Yeah, when they had barely hit the scene. I actually had a friend, once I got into college, after they got big, Joey. He actually knew Fall Out Boy before they even released their first record, because they lived in Chicago.
6 degrees of separation.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
My answer is kind of funny, definitely from a time and place. I was a fan of Deep Blue Something before they were big. And
Before they were something.
Before,
Before they heard some.
before they had one hit, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and that was their only hit, and that was that. Now they're kind of a one-hit wonder, but I actually went to their shows before that came out, so there you go. Okay.
Which is an amazing song.
It is. Okay. Do you have any particularly good secondhand stories about a friend or family member interacting with a famous person?
Well, I think Jared already
Yeah,
shared
basically
one.
just answered that question with Joey.
Yeah. Well, my dad had an angry interaction once with Pete Sessions at a publicity event where he probably shouldn't have gotten up in Pete Sessions' face, but that's okay. The U.S. rep, back when he was here, not in Waco. Trying to think who else. There's another one, I can't think of it right now. You go first, honey.
I have a former family member who has a connection who was very good friends with Reba McEntire.
Oh,
yeah, I was about to say.
And for what it's worth, the pastor who married Chris and I actually performed the wedding ceremony for a family member of Reba McEntire, and he has also met Reba McEntire and her husband.
You've met Reba, haven't you?
Yes, I believe I have.
I've met her multiple times.
But it's been a very long time ago, and thank you, because
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that. Most of the ones that I remembered were male, because,
Oh, you know what? I just thought of a funny one, which actually wasn't what I was thinking of earlier. But my uncle is in Titanic, the movie. He's the guy who opens the safe. He doesn't have any lines, but he was in Titanic. He was briefly locally famous for this.
I'm gonna confess something.
Uh-oh.
I've never seen Titanic.
we really do need to fix this, because that's not going to be good for you to say to the uncle.
No, it's okay. I'm sure he'll get over it, but that's just
No,
weird.
I'm sure he will get over it.
Okay. So we'll go to the last one. If you could be famous for something, what would it be?
Well, according to you, I'm already
Uncomfortable
famous
silence.
I'm already
Yeah, she's
famous
already
on the
famous
internet.
on the interwebs.
I think if I were gonna be famous, it probably would have been for lighting.
Yet ironically, we don't have any lights set up for this video.
Yeah,
In his past life, Jared was a theater nerd.
yeah. Big theater nerd. I did theater for her how many years? All throughout high school.
High school, and then your college years.
So like 6 years?
Yeah.
Last question. Why am I worried about this phone blinking off again?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't think that I'm particularly special in any way, necessarily. I know you think I'm special.
You are special, honey.
But,
We
I don't
tell
think
her
I
she's
have
special
any...
in the comments. Tell her she's special.
I don't think I have any particularly extraordinary talent that I would be famous for, across the board. My husband is an amazing keyboard player.
Yeah, I was going to go with that. I guess if there's anything, that would be that. So, there you go.
And for those of you who have not noticed, the music that will be on this video, in the intro and the outro, and on the other videos that I do, like daily videos, that's his music.
Yeah, I need to do some more.
Those are songs that he created for me.
Yes, so I need to do some more. So, there you go.
So, that is all 10 questions.
Yep.
Oh, and I am wearing this groovy t-shirt that my coworker and dear friend got for me for my birthday. So,
In case anybody's having any trouble reading it, I help you out. Okay, there you go.
anyway, so those are all 10 questions. Thank you to everybody who is participating. Apologize for the absence again. See yesterday's video. Anyway. Oh, and because it's me and because I'm asking for it, this one is going to be undergoing surgery, so if you could please keep him in your prayers. Not till the end of April, but nonetheless, prayers would be greatly appreciated. And I think that's all.
Okay.
Have a great day, y'all.
Bye.
Be blessed.
Yep.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
Is it recording?
yes.
Move over a little so people can see how amazing your shirt is.
Yeah, but see, then you can't see me.
Yes, you can. Here, I'll move over.
You just can't see you.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not supposed to be looking at that. You're supposed to be looking at the lens, remember? Oh, I hate your phone.
Okay. We're editing this part out.
Is there going to be a word from our sponsors?
There is not a word from our sponsor. You
What
can't
about
really
your
see it, though.
what about your Patreon?
I don't have a Patreon.
What about your merch?
I don't have any
This
merch.
is almost not like a YouTube video without those 3 things. You need to fix this, honey.
Oh, you need to fix it. You're my manager.
I'm not your manager.
You're
Woman.
now.